Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Nathan Fox, one of the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. I've got Josh Mansfield with me. Josh is a teacher with the Demon. Josh, Riley has written in asking, am I applying too broadly?
Hi, Ben, Nathan, and or Josh. I cannot thank you enough for your guidance on improving my LSAT score. After floundering with other companies for a year, I was able to turn my 153 cold diagnostic into an official 173 in June after just 6 months with y'all. Praise Demon. But I'm not.
I like Praise the Demon.
I like Praise the Demon too. Yeah,
I
Praise
call
the
it
Demon.
The Demon.
I love that slogan. I don't. Is that like something that's ever been official in the Demon, or is that just what people write in on emails?
One of my students said it way back in the day in San Francisco. One of my students was using the Demon like beta, Demon 1.
Okay.
Demon 0.05. And it already was helping her a ton. And she announced to my class, praise the Demon. And I laughed. We made t-shirts for a while that had praise the Demon on them, but
it's catchy. It's catchy.
I know it is catchy.
It really is.
Yeah.
But I'm not done yet, says Riley. My PT say I can do better, so I'm getting greedy in September. Also signed up for October. I was even signed up for August when I took June, but had to cancel due to a nasty case of pneumonia. I'm committed to taking all 5 attempts if I need to, and prepared to postpone another cycle if I don't like the offers I get for 2025-2026. But Grandma will not be happy about it.
That's all right.
That's
I don't know. Grandma paying for it?
Yeah, right.
If Grandma's paying for it, then she has a say. But if
Right.
Grandma's not paying for it, then you just say, Grandma, I'm going to save myself $150,000. I think
Right.
Grandma can understand that.
Send
if she
her
can't,
to
then
parents'
she
night.
should just be paying for it.
Right. Send her to parents' night.
Yeah,
Have her
totally.
watch a video. My plan right now is to submit my application in waves. First wave in September, my top 10 schools based on quality and estimated price. Also schools I think I'll be accepted to with my current LSAT. Second wave in October.
Why? Why do this? Why are you forcing yourself into this cycle?
Especially because she said she's willing to wait.
Yeah, you're doing all this because of your grandma? This is dumb. Your top 10, you're going to apply in September to your top 10 schools based on quality and estimated price. Estimated price. You don't know estimated price unless you know your final LSAT score.
She's probably run the 173 through the Demon estimator.
Oh, estimated price with that 173?
With the 173, yeah.
I suppose, but it puts so much pressure on this October test. Also, many of these schools, Riley, there's 2 things they can do here. They can either evaluate your application right away with your 173, which that's not going to hurt you if your 173 is good enough. Mm-hmm. But they could also just hold your application until October, or actually after October when those scores come out, in which case you don't get any benefit from applying in this first wave. So, but there is a detriment to applying in this first wave, which is you're working on your applications instead of working on your LSAT.
Right. And I think it also creates this presumption. Riley assumes that those schools are going to be the best price. Riley, what happens if you apply and you have the better LSAT and these schools, because second wave in October, reach schools that I'd love to attend but probably won't give me great scholarships. Hopefully I'll have the LSAT I'm looking for at this point. Well, are they not giving you great scholarships at 173? What do their scholarships look like at 176? Like, why are you writing off that you aren't going to get the scholarships there if you're going to apply? Wait and just have one good LSAT score and apply all at once, and then you can compare those offers.
Yeah,
Third wave.
Wait another cycle. But anyways,
Yeah,
here's her third wave.
We'll finish this off. Third wave in November. Harvard, Yale, Stanford. Shooting my shot, and they claim not to care when you apply. And lower level safety schools I'm not too interested in, but will likely give me good scholarships. At this point, I'm hoping to have an LSAT that gives me a chance at HYS and make me an easy admit for these regional schools. I plan on applying to 31 schools over the course of this 3-month period. My question for you, is this more broad than you would suggest?
No, 30 schools is great. I love that. If you apply to 30 schools next September 1st, not this September 1st, but next September 1st, one wave next September 1st to 31 schools with your very best LSAT, you're going to have fucking fantastic outcomes. If you do this plan, I feel like you're going to put too much pressure on your October test because you're really hoping, you really want to apply this cycle. You know, you might do something stupid like not sign up for November. Because you've just decided.
Yeah. You got the first wave offers and said you're done.
You do your second wave, you do your third wave, you get some shitty offers from these, applications that you sent in before you had your best LSAT, or you get some mediocre offers. And then you end up taking it, or you end up not taking it, but now you've also delayed your LSAT study. Like, you didn't continue to study for November, or you took your focus away from the October, November, January tests because you were doing these applications. Your
or
grandma
you used all your
starts
attempts.
asking you stupid shit like, hey, I got into this school. And now grandma's like, my granddaughter's starting law school next fall. I'm so proud of her. And you're like, well, I have to start law school now or else granny's going to die of a heart attack because I didn't start law school. There's just so many bad things that can happen. You're setting yourself up for failure here. It's like you're just buying the cookies and bringing them home and putting them in the pantry. Like, oh no, I can avoid eating those cookies. I'm just going to buy them though and just have them here on the shelf so that at my weakest moment, they're readily available to me.
Riley, if you are willing to wait, then are your practice test scores where they should be? Because if you're willing to wait, you don't have to take October, November. You can wait and take February, April, June, August. And now you've got 6 more months to prepare. And if you've got an official 173 on record, apply to come work at the Demon. Send in an application, right?
Yeah.
You have things that you can do on this off year to get better, and you're not having to try and cut corners in order to get this application in. It feels like the analogy that was coming to my head is like she is trying to like build a house and she's cutting corners on parts of it, right? She's like, oh, I'll start this, and then I'm just gonna rush these other parts. And I know it's not gonna be quite as good, but if I start with a good foundation of this first wave, then I'm okay. Right? I can hurry on the framing, I can cut some corners.
I feel like there's cracks in the foundation based on this plan.
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that this is, I do not endorse that idea that, oh, it is a sound foundation. I just think, I mean, you intend for it to be, but if you're doing these first 10 applications while also thinking about the September test and or October and November and January tests, you're already necessarily distracting yourself. And you've already mentioned your granny, the second you send in applications, everybody in your life's going to know that you've sent in applications. Now it's going to be much harder for you to make a savvy decision about where to go to law school because they don't know what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. And you're the one that's paying for it, presumably. And so you need to protect yourself from yourself and protect yourself from them by just waiting and doing it all at once. Just do it all next cycle. Let's read the rest of her questions here because I'm going to give her some direct answers to some of these. Okay.
All right. Am I throwing away money applying to 30 schools that I know I won't attend?
Well, no, if you were applying to all of those, if you're applying to the right schools with the right LSAT,
right,
then no. But you've got a 173 now. You might eventually have a 179. Presumably, with a 179, you're going to apply to a slightly different set of schools than you would apply to if 173 was your high. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think 173 is your high.
6 months with the Demon? No. On the first attempt?
Yeah, if that's your first attempt, your PTs say you can do better. Okay, well, if your PTs say you can do better, then I believe you can do better.
Yeah.
So this first wave, you have incomplete information. You're like opening a negotiation where you don't have as good of information as you could possibly have. So yes, you are throwing away money in some cases because you're going to be applying to schools where when you get a 179, you're going to be like, yeah, I don't need to worry about that one anymore.
I won't lie. The stiff competition from last cycle has me feeling cautious.
Then just wait.
This doesn't feel like the cautious plan.
No.
Will it be fine for me to start applying and update my LSAT along the way?
No, for the reasons I said before. I mean, if you really want to do it our way, if you really want to take our advice, you're applying next September, not this September.
Also, I'm basing this timeline off of the advice that anything before Thanksgiving still gets the early application boost. But this is just Reddit wisdom. I would love to hear your opinions.
Hey, in some cycles, we see scholarship offers from some schools in the very beginning of September. So it might be true that at many schools, it might be true that at Harvard, Yale, Stanford, it really doesn't matter. But at other schools, it definitely might matter. And, the 17 schools that are now in the top 14 desperately want to stay in the top 14. And they're going to be aggressively trying to recruit high LSAT applicants at the beginning of the cycle so that they can stay in the top 14. I mean, which is the top 17.
Mm-hmm.
And schools that are just outside are going to look at Wash U in St. Louis, which recently dragged itself into the top 14 after a long campaign of recruiting high LSAT people early in the cycle with giant scholarship offers. The other schools are going to look at Wash U and go, "Hey, we could do that. We could climb in the rankings. We could maybe get into the top 14." So who knows what kinds of offers are going to be coming out in September of that next cycle. The only thing I know for sure is that you're not going to be getting the very best offers that you could. You're going to get an early application boost at some of these schools, but not all these schools. And for all the aforementioned reasons, I think it's a really bad idea to distract yourself from the most important thing, which is finishing your LSAT journey.
There's also the article, I think it's from the University of Chicago Law School, that did the breakdown of the cost of applying later.
Yep.
And it was something like 3/4 or a full LSAT point every month.
Yep.
So if you apply with a 173 in September and then you apply with a 176 in November, those hold equal
They're
weight.
like equivalent.
Yeah, exactly. So by waiting to apply to this third wave, with the before Thanksgiving attitude, you are giving up 3 LSAT points. And when you're in the 170s, you don't have those margins.
Right. And instead, you could be on the other side of that deal, right?
Right.
Because
right.
Instead, you could be like, say, Riley does get that 176 eventually. Well, wait till next September, apply with the 176 next September. And now that's equivalent to these schools to a 179 if you had applied in November.
Yeah.
According to this study that
right.
Josh cited, which we have talked about on previous episodes of the show. And Josh, maybe you can dig that up and put it in the show notes.
I'll link it in the show notes. It might be time,
Fantastic.
with application cycle coming up, it might be time to just revisit the actual numbers in that study, because
that'd be interesting.
It's fascinating. It really is. And
yeah, we can do another episode on that.
Yeah. So, but Riley, got a good score. You've got the chance at a better score. Don't give it up by pushing an application cycle that is.
Wait till next cycle.
Hurt you. Yeah.
You'll thank me if you did. Say hi to your grandma. You're going to take an extra year off. Go spend more time with her. And she'll be even prouder of you when you go to a better school at a better price. Thank you, Riley, for writing in.
Email daily at lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.